This week's video is the full review on the Zurich ZRHD1 from Harbor Freight. I was actually looking around on Amazon this morning, and they actually have these on Amazon, exactly the same part number. It's identical kit, same exact price. So if you're not near Harbor Freight, maybe get it from there. There's a new feature that I was able to activate on YouTube. It's YouTube Supers. It's like basically like a super thanks. It's basically just like a tip jar. If anybody would like to do that, that would be appreciated. You'd be mentioned in a video. So here's going to be the full review on the Zurich ZRHD1 from Harbor Freight. So I'm testing this on a 2018 International with a Cummins and an Allison transmission. So it's hooked up to the port right over here. So let's start here. HD. Oh wait, it's not a touchscreen. Yeah, it is not a touchscreen, by the way. So then press the OK button. There's kind of a little bit of a glare, but let's see if I can do that. So then we go down to 9-pin, press OK. Let's do automatic and see what happens. I repositioned the camera here because there was glare on the screen. Okay, so we got engine, transmission, brake, instrument panel, and body controller. So let's start with the engine here, and let's see what happens. Hopefully the glare is okay. So let's read trouble codes and see what happens. Okay, so we have, let's see, we have 2 codes down here. After treatment number 1, intake knock sensors active. The engine's not running, by the way. And then the fault code is not found in the database. Okay, so I'm not sure what that is, so let's go back. Let's go to read live data. So we're on the engine. Let's see what live data we can read. So after treatment. So right here, whole page. Let's click OK. And let's see what, click OK. And then you got to go back to confirm. Okay, so what do we got here? We got exhaust gas, or engine exhaust gas pressure, turbo compressors, brake switch. So let's step on the brake, see if that changes. Nothing, but clutch switch. This is a manual, so it doesn't have a clutch switch. DPF. Let's see what else we can come up with here for live data. Okay, so let's go back. All right, let's try. What is this? What's lamps? Let's start lamps. So we got some engine warning lights here, so let's go back again. And then let's do pressures. See what we got for pressures. So whole page, and go back. Okay, so there's all of our pressures: DPF, pressure, engine oil pressure, crankcase pressure, barometric pressure, boost pressure. I noticed it doesn't say fuel pressure, metering rail pressure. So I guess that's the rail pressure. It's in kPa. I wonder if you could change the units. All right, so let's go back into the transmission and see what we come up with. So let's go back again. So it gives you the component ID, the vehicle, the VIN number. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go into the transmission and see what we come up with here. So transmission. So let's go read trouble codes. So there's no DTCs found, so that's good. So okay, so now let's go into read live data, see what we come up with. So I guess it's the same screen. So then go back into transmission. Let's see what comes up here. Not supported data stream. Okay, so then let's go back. I wanted to test this with the 2017 Ford F550, my service truck. It has a 6.7 Power Stroke in it. I just want to see what it does in a non-heavy equipment application. So then let's go over here to OBD, and then let's see what comes up here. The screen has kind of a little bit of a glare, but the screen's really, really clear. It's just really hard to film. So the mill light's off. 1 DTC in the ECU. So let's press OK. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can read live data. Freeze frame. Data stream. There it is. They call it something different. Okay, so ECU1, all values. There we go. So yeah, it shows calculated load, coolant temperature, engine RPMs, intake. Yeah, so it works on this thing. I want to go back and see if it'll do anything for the regen, because I could not get it to do a regen on that International that I was looking at. Press OK. So let's go down to regen and let's see what happens. Cummins. Okay, so Caterpillar, Cummins, Detroit, Hino, Isuzu, Mack, Max Force, Packard, Volvo. Okay, so it does not do a regen for a Ford. So that's that. It does work on a Ford. The Zurich ZRHD1. This has the 6-pin connector. So this is a Mack truck with a Mack engine. Here's the engine. So we're gonna see what it comes up with. I'm not sure what year it is, I'll find out. So it looks like it's a 1993. It says 10/26/93. It did not work with this Mack engine. I did it manually twice and automatic, and I got nothing. So let's try it on something else. So this is a 2001 International 4900. So let's see if this can hook up to it. So this is using the 9-pin. So let's go down to 9-pin and let's just select automatic and see what happens. Okay, so it found engine 1708 and brakes 1708. So let's hook on the engine. This is a DT466. I'm not sure if I said that or not. So let's go to read trouble codes. See what comes up. Accelerator pedal inactive. So there's 6. Accelerator pedal, validation, idle validation switch, engine position. I don't know what that means. Engine position again, and engine position again. Okay. So it works on a 2001 International with the DT466. Hooks up to the engine at least. It's a manual Spicer transmission, by the way. So let's go into live data here and see what happens. So live data, and then let's go to percent. And see if we can read accelerator position. Accelerator position. Yep, accelerator position. Okay. And starting. Okay, so accelerator position 040. See that? 0.40. So let me now push on it. 822. Yeah, that's handy. 102. Okay, so that works. A Freightliner water truck with a C7 Caterpillar, and I'm using the 6-pin adapter. So it should work on this. So let's see if it'll communicate with the engine at least. 6-pin. Let's go manual. Engine. Okay, so it did not work in manual, so let's go back and let's try it in automatic and see what happens. Okay, so in automatic, it looks like we got J1708 brakes. So let's see what we can come up with there. So let's see if it'll read trouble codes. Read trouble codes. Okay, so it inactive 3 times. Yep, so it worked for that. Brakes, that's about it. This is a Cat 336 excavator. So it does have the correct plug. It says only use this with Cat construction equipment. And it's got the Cat style plug, so let's see what happens. Alright, so let's see if it'll communicate with the engine. So we're 9-pin. Let's do manual. Engine. See what happens. Okay, so it will not communicate with a Cat excavator. This is a IT4, so I think it's about a 2012. All right, so this is a John Deere skid steer with, I think, a Yanmar engine. So let's see if it'll communicate with the engine. See what happens. Nope, will not communicate with the John Deere skid steer. So let me show you what it comes with, and then I'll explain my thoughts. So it does not come in this case. This is the Caterpillar case that I've showed before. That's actually the part number if you want to get one of these cases. It came with like a bag, and the bag ripped the first time I used it, so I threw it in this case. It comes with the scan tool. It comes with the serial to, this is, they call it 20-pin, but this is just a regular OBD2 port. And then it comes with a 6-pin adapter. It comes with the 9-pin adapter, and then it comes with the 9-pin Caterpillar adapter, which they are different. So some people don't know. It's kind of a side note, but here's the two hooked together. This one's a Cat adapter, and this one is basically everybody else's adapter. I call it a keyhole, as where the Cat one does not have that. Comes with the USB-A to, this is a mini USB. for updating. And then this, I'm not really sure why it came with this, but it's basically, it's a USB to a mini SD card. It came with this little cover that fits in here, if I get it the right way, it fits in there, and then instruction book. What are my thoughts on the Zurich? I personally think it's a little expensive for what it does. So it retails for $359. After tax, it was right about $400. I just think that it doesn't do as much as they advertise it for. It doesn't work on equipment. I was unable to get it to work on any equipment. I tried it on older John Deere, newer John Deere. I tried it on older Cat, newer Cat, and it didn't work on any of that stuff. It says it does. It even comes with the adapter, which says right here that it's for Caterpillar equipment. I don't know if you can read that. It says right here, this adapter's for Caterpillar equipment. I was unable to get it to work with that. But then again, if you think about it, I was looking on Amazon, and there's no other scan tool. There's those cheap Chinese ones, which I'm sure this one's Chinese too. But there's like those cheap $100 ones that I was unsure. I didn't want to risk the money to see if that worked or not. But if you just want a heavy duty code reader, there's not really any other options that are sub $1,000. So that's what this might get. This might be one of those things where it's less than $1,000. It does read codes on trucks. It shows live data. I was unable to get it to do a regen, but maybe that was just me. I was only able to test it on that international at the time. If I'm able to do a regen on something else, I will let you know. I'll post another video about it. And I got some comments about people wanting to know if it would work on PACCAR. I was unable to test it. I tried. I could not find it. I don't know anybody that has a PACCAR engine, an MX engine. I couldn't find anything. I tried. But again, if I'm able to test it on an MX engine, I will let you know. So that's just my thoughts on it. I like what it comes with because it comes with a 6-pin, which is really cool. We have a lot of older water trucks where this is actually pretty handy to have the 6-pin and to use the 6-pin. I primarily got it for, we have the John Deere software and the Cat software anyway for off-highway. So I pretty much got it because we have fuel trucks and water trucks and stuff that throw codes all the time, and that's why I wanted to get it. So I did not buy this for off-highway, but it advertises that it works on off-highway, and it does not. Would I recommend it? If you need a scan tool that works, pulls codes, shows live data for trucks, I would buy it again just because there's not a lot of other options. There is a little, it's a Nex IQ, it's a little Bluetooth. It just looks like this, and it just plugs in Bluetooth. That was like $159. I wanted to buy that and try that just to see, but I got this kit because it has the 6-pin, and a lot of our older stuff has a 6-pin. So yes, I would buy it. Again, I think it's a little expensive unless you absolutely know what you're going to use it for, or if you can maybe get your company to buy it for you or something, that would be a positive. That's my thoughts on this. I think that the software too is a little bit lacking. As you could see in those videos, there was a couple things I tried to do and it said unable to support. So apparently it does not support Allison, which is another thing that maybe it'll pull codes, but it doesn't support live data for Allison. It does work for OBD2. So if you kind of have a mixed fleet where you have a lot of stuff that uses OBD2, I would say it's worth it. It does update. You can update it. That's what the SD card is. And then the USB. So you can update it. So if I was to rank it 1 to 10, I would honestly give it a 4 because it does work very limited. There are better tools out there. The tool that if money was no option, or if somebody wanted to send me one, is the Nex IQ. I'll put a picture of it. They sell them from Snap-on. It's the Nex IQ, but they're like $1,200. They were like $1,200, probably way more than that now. That I think is the best portable scan tool. But again, they're really, really expensive. So I hope you guys like this video. If I can get any updates, if I can find a PACCAR engine, or if I can get it to do a regen, I will do an update and I will show you more.